All right, so welcome. This is a special presentation, A to Z decodes, local out here in Arizona. Okay, I'm enjoying the outdoors right now as the temperature, the weather, very nice where I'm at. So if you hear any background noise, apologize for that. But it's just too nice out here in Arizona. And this is famous people who live in Arizona. And this is the Phil Mickelson edition. Okay, so this is the third installment of this series. Maybe as I'm recording, I'll pick the next character to break down, but I'm going to show you all of these amazing connections with the state of Arizona. Okay, so Philip Alfred Mickelson is an American professional golfer who currently plays in the 54 Golf League, excuse me. He has won 45 events on the PGA Tour, including 6 major championships, 3 Masters titles, 2 PGA Championships, and 1 championship. One Open Championship. And then at the bottom here, I put another clipping. Phil Mickelson is one of the most accomplished golfers in the history of the game, an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. Mickelson has been playing professionally since 1992, is a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame, and is a 5-time major champion. Okay? So he's number 10 on this list, and this just pops up when you enter it, 15 most famous people from Arizona ranked in 2025, and it updates itself by the year so far. As I think I was in 24 when I did the first one, which was Alice Cooper, and it looks like it updated to 2025, which is cool. Um, I don't know if the rankings changed necessarily. Hopefully not, but I'll keep referring back to these picks to see if it stays the same. I did. Emma Stone was the last one, number 2. And I mentioned Alice Cooper was the first breakdown I did, number 9. It's just random. And now we got number 10, Phil Mickelson, golfer. You see hometown city, Scottsdale. And at the end, maybe I'll pick the next character. There's some interesting picks here to choose from, but I plan on breaking down all of these characters in this series, as you might suspect, right? Okay, so he was actually born in San Diego, okay, California, to parents Philip Mickelson Sr., an airline pilot, and former naval aviator, and Mary Santos. He was raised there and in Scottsdale, Arizona. You see that? So he was born in San Diego, raised in San Diego, and then it says raised there as well as Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay? Hence the decode, hence the breakdown, right? Mickelson has Portuguese, Swedish, and Sicilian ancestry. All right, I'm going to play this just so, it's nice to get some footage of the character I'm breaking down. We can get like a little bit familiar, some video clips.
At the ripe old age of 20, Amateur Phil Mickelson already carries the burden of being tagged the next Nicklaus, the heir apparent. Unlike many of the next Nicklauses who preceded him, Mickelson seems to have a plan and patience.
Good,
Despite the fact that he's won the U.S. Amateur, the NCAA Championship, the Tucson Open on the PGA Tour, and played in the Walker Cup, Mickelson says he is in no hurry to turn pro. He wants to finish his schooling at Arizona State and feels he has some unfinished business in the amateur ranks before moving on. Mickelson's view of amateur golf reveals not only his sense of the game's history, but much about his ability to keep things in perspective as well.
Well, when I was one years old, I think was my first introduction. I couldn't quite walk at the time, and my dad had built a little sand trap and a putting green in our backyard, and he would hit balls there, and as he would hit, I just loved to watch him, so he would put me in front of him so that he wouldn't hit me or anything, and as he swung right-handed, I got the hang of it left-handed, kind of a mirror image of him. I'm right-handed in everything else I do. About a year later, when I was 2 and just started to walk, he took a club and he cut it down and took all the weight out of the...
Did they say something about him being the next Nicholas? Jack Nicklaus, golfer, right? American retired professional golfer. That's interesting because Nicholas Mickelson, right?
Out of the head and made it really light, and I just started beating balls. But I would be able to hit balls as long as I wanted out there. We had some other trees, avocados and orange trees, and when I would get a little bored, I'd make up shots. I'd go behind those or have to hit around them or just kind of play games with myself. Many times I've teed it with Arnie, Nicklaus, and Watson, and I'm still undefeated. Every time I tee it, I'm out there to have fun. It's not important.
Okay, let's go to the next little clip here.
At the ripe old age of 20, amateur Phil Mickelson already carries the burden of being tagged the next Nicklaus.
Let's go to this clip. Little 31. Just a few clips there so we can get kind of familiar. We can hear, and I have an upcoming little interview I'll play. But first, let's get into a little bit of this. So this is just the Wikipedia page here, and I read some of that already. Mickelson is one of 17 players in the history of golf to win at least 3 of the 4 majors. He has won every major except the U.S. Open, in which he has finished runner-up and record 6 times. A record 6 times. In 2022, Mickelson became the only golfer who has won 3 or more of the 4 majors to join the Saudi-backed 54 Golf Tour, leaving his PGA Tour membership of 30 years. And he became the oldest major champion winner in the history at the age of 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days. Okay, so here we go. We're getting into some of these connections here with the numbers. Again, this is the top 15 list. Famous people who live in Arizona. Born in San Diego, raised in San Diego, as well as Scottsdale, Arizona. So look at this. He's nicknamed Lefty, okay, as you see right there, as he plays left-handed. Okay, look at Lefty. 67 in the reverse cipher. Remember, these letters have numerical values. That's simply the alphabet in reverse. When you apply Z is 1, A is 26, lefty equals 67. And Phil Mickelson jumps in celebration after sinking a putt to win the Masters tournament on April 4th, 2004. Look at the span from that date to his next birthday, from start to end. 67 days when lefty equals 67. Check that out. His nickname, Lefty. Even his wife Amy Mickelson, 67. Check that out. And Amy, like Arizona. And again, lefty, 67-day span from the Masters tournament that he wins from that date to his birthday, a 67-day span. Amy Mickelson, 67. And that's the reverse reduction cipher right there. And again, Amy A, like Arizona. Look at Amy. You see how Amy equals 15 right there? If you just look down here at the bottom, right there. That's pretty cool because Arizona equals 105, like 15. And check it out, April 11th, 4/11, the fourth month, the 11th day, 4 plus 11 is 15. How about that? So, I guess I didn't put it in here, but how many Masters tournaments has Phil Mickelson won? Let me check on the side real quick. How many Masters Phil Mickelson won? Okay, so he's won 3 times. So that's his first Masters right there. Okay, he also won in 2006 and 2010. Okay, so that makes sense. I covered the first one right there. All right, so let's go forward. So that's amazing, right? 67 with the wife. These characters somehow, some way brought together by the numbers. You would be shocked if you knew how deep this went. I think that they have ways of controlling all these little aspects of our lives like that. People who are put in front of us everywhere we go. There's something to it, and like I mentioned, this code and this world is amazing. And you see him with his wife right there, Amy. So look at the date numerology, that Masters victory, his first one. 39 date numerology. 4 plus 11 plus 20 plus 04. Look at that. 39, and Arizona equals 39 in the reduction cipher. There's only 4 base ciphers I'm using to show you this code. And again, you see Amy Mickelson, Amy with the 15, and Arizona equals 105, like 15. Arizona also with the 39 date numerology on that event with the date. And there it is right there. I mentioned 4 plus 11 is 15, and Arizona 105, like 15. 54 Golf League. He currently plays in the 54 Golf League. Look at when you put the Roman numerals, you simply copy and paste it. 54 Golf League with the Roman numerals. 217, just like his full name. 217. Philip Alfred Mickelson. Okay? And you see ordinal is ABC 123. Reverse, you just reverse the 26 letters. Z is 1, A is 26. It's a match, right? And that's the first thing they tell us there. They get the full name. Golfer plays for the 54 Golf League, and it's amazing how it synchronizes like that. Even his middle name, Alfred, A like Arizona, and again, A like his wife, Amy. He has won 45 events on the PGA Tour, and 45 is 54, the same numbers, just reversed with 54 Golf League. Okay? Look at Arizona's birthday, February 14, Valentine's Day, as you see the happy couple here, right? All the love in the air. Well, Arizona's upcoming birthday, as I record this, the year 25. Look, Arizona's birthday, when they were made a state, the 45th day of the year. And then Mickelson with the 45 events he has won. And then again, 45 is that 54 reversed. How about that, right? 54 Golf League. And Arizona's birthday is the 14th day of the second month. Celebrated. You see that? Valentine's, 142, 14th day of the second month. Mickelson equals the 14th day of the second month. 142 in the reverse cipher. And this is gematria, okay? This is what they call gematria, right? I use the 4 base ciphers to show you this. Okay, forwards with the language and the alphabet, reverse, and then just the reduction applied both ways. It's as simple as that. And what are the chances Mickelson equals 142 in reverse, and that's the Arizona birthday? And look at his last name, Mickelson, right? You see that? Son, S-O-N, but it's, again, there's something to this language, right? Son, S-O-N, Mickelson. And look, the Phoenix metropolitan area, also known as the Valley of the Sun. S-U-N. You see that right there? And it could maybe sunny. Look, born in San Diego. S, right? Sun, S. He was raised there and in Scottsdale. S. You see that? Valley of the Sun, the Salt River Valley, Metro Phoenix, or the Valley is the largest metropolitan statistical area in the southwestern United States, with its largest principal city being the city of Phoenix. It includes much of central Arizona. But how about that, right? It's all in the language. Valley of the Sun, Phil Mickelson, S, San Diego S, Scottsdale S. Again, raised in San Diego and in Scottsdale, Arizona. How about that? And you can notice right there that he's born in the 6th month. 6, write it out, S. Okay? Even on the 16th, write it out, S. Okay, so let's play this video now. Phil Mickelson, a great example of the chunking process, golf's mental game.
You've always thought that way, very analytical.
There's a lot that I process on every shot, and there's a lot of detail. Do you want me to touch on it, or is it boring?
Hey, tell me about it.
Well, in my practice, I build a reference. So people will say, I hit my wedge, 120. Well, you might hit a 120 under certain conditions, but in the morning, ball's not going to go 120. Maybe in the afternoon, when it's based on the fact that the center of gravity is underneath
really
the ball
knows what
and it
he's
launches
doing,
higher,
right?
a little bit less spin. All these things, I have to fly 142.
So he said 45. Remember we hit on the 45-54, and I'm pretty sure he just said 142. Again, wow, right? Because Mickelson 142, Arizona's birthday, the 14th day of the second month. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. Maybe I'm wrong. But let's go forward just again so you can hear the man speak. And even look at his mom, Mary Santos. S another S, but born in San Diego, to former, look, what does it say? Born to an airline pilot and former naval aviator, Philip Mickelson Sr., and Mary Santos. Again, Valley of the Sun. Sun, that's her son, right? Mickelson, Santos, San Diego, all of the S's, right? Scottsdale. You see that? Amazing, right? Now look at all the 16s, and even I see a 6 and a 1 in there, okay? Philip Alfred Mickelson. Again, this code hits, and it hits all day long. Philip Alfred Mickelson, 116 in reverse reduction. Middle name Alfred, 116. Born on the 16th day of the 6th month, 166. All like 16. How about that, right? That's definitely amazing. And look at San Diego. Born in San Diego, raised there as well as Scottsdale. San Diego established on the 16th of July, 1769. So, what, 1 month after Mickelson's birthday, but it lands on that 16. Look at the area codes there. It says 619858. The first one, 619. So you get the 6 and the 1, the first two numbers in that area code. Even down there, whatever that is, GNIS feature IDs, look at the first one they give you. 16, 61. Well, the first four numbers, whatever the hell that is, 1661. How about that? Amazing, right? And again, obviously you write out 16S. Even Arizona's birthday, Valentine's, 2/14, 2 February, the second month, the 14th day. 2 plus 14 is 16. I think with the upcoming Arizona birthday, you also get 61 date numerology. Yeah, you do, because we're in the year 2025, so 20 plus 25 is 45. And then 45 plus 14 is 59, plus 2 is 61. So you get 61 date numerology as well with the upcoming birthday for Arizona. Even Masters tournament. Remember, we connected his first Masters victory here. Masters tournament 106, like 16. And remember, Arizona equals 105, which is just one number before that. But 106, like 16. Again, the 16th day he was born on of the 6th month. Philip Alfred Mickelson, 116. Alfred, 116. All of those 16s, 61s, and 106, like 16 with Masters Tournament. And what do you think about his dad, Philip Mickelson Sr.? Look at that. And you get another S with senior. An airline pilot. Air, like Arizona. A lot of connections there, right? With airplanes, Arizona. Remember, we had Sheriff Joe Arpaio, like Arpaio. Okay? Airline pilot, Arizona. look at even down there. Mickelson has Portuguese, Swedish, and Sicilian ancestry. Swedish, another S. Sicilian, another S. Don't forget the mom, Santos, like San Diego, S's. Raised in Scottsdale as well, S. How amazing. Okay. Again, this is A to Z decodes. I'm out here in Mesa, Arizona, enjoying the outdoors. This is famous people who live in Arizona, the Phil Mickelson edition. Or, it's going to vary from character to character, right? Born in Arizona, born somewhere else, moved to Arizona, lived in Arizona at one point, maybe currently has houses all around the country. Okay, so it's going to vary slightly like that. I don't know if Google will even tell me. And again, he's won the Masters 3 times. I wonder if Google will tell me, where does Phil Mickelson currently live? Let's see. It says now he's living in California. Okay, but raised in San Diego, as he was born in San Diego, raised also in Scottsdale, Arizona. And you see he made our list, right? It says he's chosen to reside in Rancho Santa Fe, California. Santa Fe Rancho, California. S, another S in there. How about that? So let me click back over here. Okay, and I guess that's the breakdown, y'all. Right? Fairly simple. It's not really like nerve-wracking. It's just, I like to present these videos with decent quality. I don't try to bounce around a lot. I try to gather the information and then just present like that. And that came fairly smooth. That came really smooth. And that's interesting how that says Team Championship Miami, which is probably like Florida, right? And there's a Miami, Arizona as well. And I've done a little breakdown on those two and the similarities. That's on my original channel, I think. Wow. The Math to Con channel. I've done so many videos. But again, with this language too, how we get multiple meanings for words, like different spellings. Okay, it's all magic, right? Okay, and this is some magical stuff. So I'll just go back so you can glance at some of the connections there. There's going to be some things I miss, obviously. Okay, but I'm not perfect. You can't deny. And notice how he's age 54. I almost missed that right there. He's age 54. And that connects with the golf league he's a part of. Wow, I almost missed that. Okay. Currently plays in the 54 golf league. And as I do the breakdown, he is age 54. How about that? And again, Arizona's upcoming birthday, the 45th day of the year, and he has won 45 events. How about that? So that's pretty amazing right there. 45 events on the PGA Tour. Okay? And then you see how the 54 Golf League, how they write it like that with the Roman, how that syncs up with his full name. Okay? And we even have his wife again in the breakdown. You can just go deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's all gonna be there. Okay? And again, son, and we showed his mom with that connection. He's her son with the Valley of the Sun thing. Come on, right? Okay, but yeah, the deeper you go, it it's just going to keep hitting and hitting and hitting. Okay. So again, that's the breakdown. And I hope you all enjoyed it. If there's any more you want to add, go ahead and add it. Okay. It seems like I'm stalling. I'm like, in my head, did I miss anything? I'm sure I did. Even his dad, a pilot, Philip P, right? Portuguese, P, and then you get the S's again with Swedish and Sicilian. Okay, very obvious. And then his mom, Santos. A ton of S's here. Even S is the 19th letter of the alphabet with all those S's. And 67 is the 19th prime number. Remember Lefty 67, Amy Mickelson, the wife 67, and then the 67-day span, his first Masters win to his birthday, start to end 67 days with the span. 67, the 19th prime number. 19 always hits heavy with Arizona as well. Okay. Check the track record. Check the videos. Okay, so am I going to pick the next character here? I've been contemplating a few, just contemplating as, you know, I'm I multitask, think about different things as I'm recording, as I'm doing other breakdowns. I think I'm going to do number 13 on that list, Austin Matthews, NHL player. I think that'll be the next one. Is he still on Toronto? Is he still on Toronto? Austin Matthews. Yeah, he is currently on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay. So that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to doing that one. And what do you know? Join the Maple Leafs in 2016 with all the 16s. And it looks like he was born in California as well, Austin Matthews. Okay. So he may have been another one born somewhere else and then raised in Arizona. But anyways, I'll save that. I'll save that for the breakdown. So the next one will be Austin Matthews. You see a lot of great characters here that I could have chose from, but we'll get it all done with the. And remember, Arizona 105 like 15, and this is the 15 most famous people from Arizona. Okay, so shout out to y'all. Again, this is famous people who live in Arizona, and this is the Phil Mickelson edition. Before I get out of here, let's go to the end. Let's see what all I entered here for the numbers. I want to make sure I put some of the main things in there, like golfer. Let's go. Oh, okay, I did. And there was no major connections I saw there with Arizona. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I did that. I could have entered a whole bunch of different golf stuff and landed some numbers. That's not my goal here. Okay, as you see, that Masters tournament, the first one he won, even had 19 date numerology, and his following birthday, 19 date numerology as well. Okay, how about that, right? And remember this, the 19th prime is 67, and you could see that 67 there to go along with the other 67s. Okay, so this is the breakdown again. Famous people connected with Arizona, born or raised in some sort of fashion. The Phil Mickelson edition. Shout out to y'all. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I say always, there's always more. But until next time, peace. A to Z decodes, y'all.